So I think everybody have created that code structure, correct? I missed one thing, this config portion. Okay, at the time I missed the config portion. So in config, all your configurations, all like how we are connecting our database, how we are uh, calling the SMTP server for uh, email, okay, and so on. Okay, so those kind of configurations code, which would be common, we will use it for different functionality. We will have this. For example, uh, earlier on we used to have our MongoDB connections in this server page. So I will remove each and everything from it, and then we will use it in our code only. Okay. So this configuration and this connections part, okay, these are kind of configuration thing, right? I mean, and it is a one code. Mean it should be at one place, so that if in future, if we have to uh, do any changes, or if we have to change the URLs or anything, then we have to do a change at one place, so that it will reflect on other pages. So for that, what we have to do, we have to keep. And second thing, this is a very sacred thing. We cannot expose it to everyone, because hacker might know this thing, and he can go to the database, and data is everything. If you lost database, you lost your full application. So for that, we don't have to put it here. We have to put it here, and then so that it, directly it cannot be seen. And as I told you, like these things, this thing, in a server we kept it at a secure places, and then we add this credential, the main credential, in the server with the same name. Okay, what name we have written here, like for our case, I have used MongoDB URL. So uh, in our uh, configuration file of a server, we will have another JSON kind of thing, where, or XML kind of thing, where we have the same name with the real credentials. Okay, and when we deploy our code to the server, based on the environment, based on our uh, deployment YML file, it will replace this thing with the original one. Okay. So what I'm trying to do, I am trying to remove everything. I don't want anything here. As I told in the start of my class, like this page should be a simple page. It should not have anything. Okay, other than our middleware, or the main thing which we need to run our server. We don't need this model here, anything. Everything should be removed from this, and we just need this. I think this is also not been used. And I can replace this with express. So, okay, we only need this 5 line. Okay, okay. Let me comment everything. Let me comment everything, and I will keep it here, so that uh, you all can see this thing, that how it was. Okay, so we don't have anything, and now we will utilize our code structure and put it everywhere at a different places, so that we can uh, use it globally, and multiple people can work on same project at a time. So first thing, what we have to do, we have to put our configurations, all the important credentials. Okay, should be put here. So we have done that thing. Second thing, in our application we had a database connections. So what I did in configuration, I
Sir,
created
inside
one
the
file.
con-
Yeah, inside configuration I created
JS.
one file, mongodb config.js. See, your name should be searched, like from that name you could able to understand what kind of features or what kind of implementation you have done in that page, right? So here I have written MongoDB config. So by this name also, people will understand. Okay, since its name is something like config, so it should have some configuration thing. And then what I did, I copied this code from Mongoose and then put it here. Okay, right. So I copied from Mongoose this thing and then I put it here. Okay, what I did here, in order to make it global, in order to make it accessible from every places, I make it, I put it like this: mongoose.promise equal to global promise. And then uh, we have made strict query as false. You can put it as true also, if if you want to enter only the standardized code, or only those things uh, which are which are very strict. Okay, if you don't want to uh, mean, suppose if you written in a schema to insert a number as a string. So and if you give sorry, if you tell your schema to insert a number, but instead of number, if he give a double quote number, then MongoDB may not save it. But since I made it false, so those kind of conversion MongoDB can do. Okay, and then this is the simple Mongoose connections. Okay, which we have done in our first page, right? Mongoose.connect, this URL, these two parameters, and then this in this one. Okay, here we have the same thing I have done in this page. Okay, you will able to get this code uh, in my repo. Okay, no need to worry like how I have done this thing. So till this, do all of you have able to understand like what I have done here, and most importantly why I have done here? And last thing in this, I have told you in the previous class also, like if you want to make this thing available to all the pages, then we have to use this. Okay, mongoose.export mongoose. So what happened? All the pages which include this page will have this MongoDB connection with it. Okay, clear here? Anybody have any doubt? He or she can raise his or her hand.
Sir,
Yes.
yes, having a doubt that strict query over there,
Yeah.
actually it's actually remove all kinds of suppose I am giving integer, okay, so it will be converted to string like that, so that the MongoDB
No, no, no.
understands string.
Suppose in a schema you have defined like inside only a string numbers only. Okay, like in the age, right? In age, what I was doing, I sometime I was just sending number, and sometime I think I have sent with a double quotes, right? You can see here I have sent with a double quote, right? Double quotes mean in JavaScript mean it's a string. But since by default strict mode is false, what a Mongoose does, it convert it to a string. You can see in response I am getting 35 without double quotes, right? Why? Because in my schema I have declared the age should be a number. If you see our schema, I have declared age should be a type number, right?
Yes.
So this kind of conversions, it's a number, right? It's a number. 35, it's a number, but since I have given in a code, so it can be a string, or ideally it should be a string. But this kind of conversion can happen. Okay, Mongoose have done that thing. Since if we have sent something like this, sorry, something like this, it won't convert. It will give error at a time, right? It gave
Yes.
us the error. What error? It told us like, okay, we are giving a string type, and actually it should be a number type, right? Cast to a number.
Yes.
See, it is casting it to a number when it try to convert it to a number. But 3u5 cannot be converted into a number because it's a string only. But when we send 35 with a quotation, okay, with a quotation, MongoDB able to cast it, right? And then it save it, convert it to a 35 numbers. So how it happened? Because by default, Mongoose has a uh, we have told like strict mode should be a false one. Hence, it able to convert it, cast it, a string which is a number kind of thing, which was a number, but we have sent it as a string, but it cast and converted into a number and then save it into a database. Okay, so we are saying, yeah, do that thing, which thing you are doing earlier, do that thing, continue doing that thing. We are, and for some cases, for some application, if it's a banking application, okay, where this thing would matters, then there we can make it as true. Okay, and
And
rest, yeah,
Mongoose.promise is equal to global.promise like a thread. I think you have told earlier this.
yeah, we have made it available globally. Okay, we had made this Mongoose, the connection which is happening uh, to all, this connection can be used to from every pages, okay, which include this. Okay, and rest are the same thing which we have used in our first page, right? If you see, everything are same. And last thing which I did, I export this Mongoose so that we can include in the other pages also. And one more thing that we are seeing here is this process.env. See, if we want to read the .env file, then we have to write in this way: process.env dot the name which we have given here. So this MongoDB URL, if I do this thing, uh, then what it will do, process.env.mongodb URL, mean whatever thing I have given here, it will read it from there. Okay, and to read it we need this new modules. Okay, so now we will insert two new modules. One is nodemon and second one is .env. So I will request all of you to install these two modules: npm install nodemon
Sorry,
space.
sorry, Firdous. Can I quickly
Yeah,
ask what the line 6 does? Line 6?
yeah, line 6 does what it does, it make this connection globals, mean it can be accessible to all the pages where we included. Okay, you can see it's making it as a global promise, right?
All right, thank you.
Yeah, I will show you like from other pages when we include it, we can use these connections. Okay, the connection which we are making in this page, uh, we do not have to open a new connection to other pages also. From other pages also, these connections will be available to all the pages. Okay, so now I have installed two new dependency. One is nodemon and other is .env. See, nodemon, why I did nodemon, because at every time when I run the application, I have to rerun it again and again. Okay. So in order to make the server run automatically whenever there is a change, it will update it. We have to use nodemon, and then in our start script we will replace node server to nodemon server. And now what will happen if I type npm start? It will use nodemon, and whenever there is any changes in our code, in earlier case when we were doing any changes, we have to rerun this. But now what will happen, whenever there is any change, it will detect the change and it will restart the server. Okay, so we don't have to restart the server again and again. So first thing we have done, I think we have done successfully, else we would get an error like we have configured our MongoDB URL, MongoDB configuration. Since we have already done that thing earlier on, hence I started from here. A second thing which we had here is this kind of routes, right? This kind of routes. So where we can create those routes, we have to create it inside our routes folder. Okay. Let me copy it from one of my code. Okay, it would be easier. Yeah. Okay. So Express provide us a router or a router function, and through which we can utilize the route functionality. Give me 1 minute. Okay, give me just 1 minute. Yeah. So, sorry, one call comes up. So what Express provide us? It provide us a router. Okay, means similar to what we were doing earlier on, but this is something different. Okay, from that, here you can see we were directly using the HTTP protocols. So other than this, they provide another way where we can determine our router, like what kind of router it is and where it should goes and do the other functionalities. So first we have to use this, and then we can use any middleware. Any middleware. Why we need a middleware? We might whitelist it. If we might need to whitelist something, we can use it. Okay. Whitelist mean, suppose you have multiple routes, like admin. Okay. Suppose this was a route for these are the three modules. Okay, for any e-commerce sites: admin, product, user. And yeah, do you think all three, mean from outside world we can hit all three? What I try to say, like the APIs in all three route, or if I create an API, then does we have to uh, be generic in all three, or there should be some difference. There should be some extra features or extra security we need to add on one, and on second we can uh, be a linear, or all three should be. In all three we will need a same approach. Did anybody able to understand what I try to say? We have three route. Do on all three route. If we use the same approach, whether that will work, or all three. It may or may not be a same approach can be applied on all three. For example, this admin portion, can only be accessible by the admin, right? It cannot be accessible through outside world. Like, if for example, if I give you an example, we uh, Amazon.com or Flipkart or Walmart.com. Okay, we only see the front end part, right, where we see the products and everything, but we never get a back end part. We do not see the back end part, right? The back end part are only being handled by some specific group of person. So for that, for this admin route, we need highest security, thus should be used by specific group of people, and so on. So whenever anybody hit this route admin section, first we have to check everything, then only we should allow them to go inside, right? But for product, if you search any product in Flipkart, Amazon, or any other e-commerce site, this this can be accessible to everyone, right? Everyone, because if we don't show the product to everyone, they would not buy to us. So this here we need less security, less specification, right? And the next come the user. I think, yes, similar to admin section, we need a good number of security, right? We need to authorize it. I mean, my details should be seen by me only. You cannot see my detail. Your order detail should be seen by you only, or the admin. So this kind of thing, authorization or the security implementation, those kind of implementation we do in our routes. Okay, so index is our base route, and then we can create a specific route for the specific functionality or a specific modules. Okay, so to create a route, I think these are the basic code. These are the basic codes, and then you can get it through express route also. Express router, if you type here, uh, it will take you to the express routing page. And what I did, I just copied it. Okay, here, this and this. So I just copied it, this two thing. Okay, this thing, and just I pasted here. Just I pasted there, and other than that, what I did, I added one more route or middleware to do some specific security check, authentication, authorization, blah blah blah, everything else. Okay, or in simply we will say to do the middleware work, and then we can create as number of routes as we want. Okay, so let's create a user route here, and then I just went to the express website, copy it here. Okay, and then how we then we have to integrate our route to our main server. Okay, all requests will come here. So here we don't need any code. We need to integrate this route file, the route file which we have created, to our server.js. So how we can integrate it? To integrate, first we have to require it. Okay, so let's require user, right? User route. You can small. Okay, right? We have included, and then we have to tell our server like like what URL they will hit to send it to which routes that we have declared here. Okay, so we have a single routes called backslash. Okay, so what I will do, I will tell my server app dot use. Okay, okay, just let me just check this thing. Like, okay, this is express. Good. Yeah, it should be fine. App dot use URL. Yes, correct. And why it is giving error is the problem. Okay, 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 okay. So if you see this router, I will name. Uh, oh, sorry, I have copied something else. Okay, let me. Okay. One important thing we have missed. That's why it is giving error. That like we are passing it, but we are including it, but we are not making this as a global. Okay, so for that we have to export this thing. Unless we export it, we cannot use it from other pages. Okay, make it as a get call. Now what happened to our code? Oh, see what we have done. First of all, we have created a routes. Okay, routes mean based on our specification, we have created a middleware kind of thing. Like whenever any request come, it will first go here, and then based on our routes and based on our URLs which we define in our routes, it will go to that place. Okay, so this is a router that an express help provide us. Now how can we integrate with our application, with our server? First we have to include our router. Okay, require our router, and then tell express like whenever in a URL, if we point backslash user, you send this request to this user route. Okay, to this user route, and again, based on the routes, they will determine like where it have to go based on the rest of the parameters. So let me show you. Our server is running, and if I use, let me change it name, user route. Okay, now see, earlier on I have to restart it. Since we are using node mon, it is automatically restarting it. Okay, we don't need to restart anything. So instead of user, if we hit a user route, then what happened? We are getting this hello world kind of thing. Okay, how we are getting this? Uh, First, it is hitting this server. Okay, and then when it's come to line 10, what happened? Our routes has this user route. You can check this thing. Our route has this user route. Then what express tell him, hey user route, since you have user route and it match our criteria which we have provided, it will tell go to user router. Okay, and then do rest of the functionality there. So then it goes to this page, route slash user route. It goes here, and again it has a user route, when express router. Since after that we have nothing, it's mean we have just a backslash. So this will match, and hence we are getting this response. Okay, uh, let me create one more router, like this is a second. Okay, it's small.
Firdous sir,
Yes.
user route actually in router.get, in the router name you have not mentioned that user route, you just given the backslash. Okay, so whenever it is being routed from server.js to index.js page, okay, how it's identified?
Yeah, yeah. I mean backslash mean if you have a backslash, mean what happened when we hit any API by default in network it add a backslash at the end. Okay, so whether we
Okay,
send it or not, it will get append. So now when we
route,
hit this
yes.
URL, we get from the first route, and if we give second here, okay, we get it from the second class. Okay, the second one. So in this way, based on our functionality, we will separate our routes, uh, and then we can utilize our code. So next code, we will next class we will try to again do that CRUD functionality, and then try to add an authentication and authorization in our application. Okay, by using this code structure. So till now for today, do you have any question? Do anybody have any question?
Please
Yeah.
look into it.
Yes.
We are not able to connect with database.
Yeah, I have seen your error codes. I will try to uh, mean resolve it and tell you like what step you need to do. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Anybody else have any question?
Yeah. From me, I saw that in your server you had a route that was slash user,
Yes.
and in your postman I'm seeing user router, and you're still getting the hello world. I'm a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
confused.
Yes. See, this is not the exact routes. Okay. These are the part of our route. I would say W- what we have done, we have created a middleware again in our server.js. In this middleware, what we are saying, whatever URL been after base, if there is a user route, then go to this router page. Okay, go to the user route page, and then rest of the thing based on whatever thing match here we have declared here. Like if it does not have anything, or if it have a backslash, then it come here and do this kind of stuff. If it has a slash second, I mean after user route, then uh, come to this route and do this functionality. Understand?
Yeah, I get that. Can I see
Yeah,
your server's file, your server file?
yeah,
I
yeah.
think the
I will
screen
push
was
everything. I will push
lagging.
everything. Yes, I am pushing everything
All
now
right,
to the server.
thank you so much.
Anybody have any other question?
Sir, for the next uh, do we actually create the same add, edit, delete, update? Okay, in this structure, in the code structure.
Yeah, everybody have to do only that for those four things: add, fetch, add, update, delete. Okay, but we have to do it differently, I mean, based on our requirement. I mean other than this, for do any other operations are there in DB? No, right? But we have to fetch from multiple table, right? We have to delete it on multiple record. So those kind of things we have to learn, but this is the basic thing: add, update, delete, and retrieve. This is the basic thing which every developer, irrespective of the technology, should learn and should perfect this thing. And second thing is this structure, like how these codes are flowing from one end to other end. If anybody have a command on these two things, he do not need anything else. Okay, I mean everything would be common on any technology where you go. Okay, I think today I have created the structure. I'm just wrapping up all those things. So this is a very important file .env. In .env we kept all the credentials, and then what we have done, we have created a config file where we are reading those credential and then using it to connect the MongoDB. To read the credential, we require a modules called .env. So we have to install that .env modules, and then to read it from there, we need this thing. Okay, in this way we can read it. We haven't utilized it today, but tomorrow class we will start from here only. We will use it. See, second thing, what we have done, we have created a route. Like for example, we have created a user route. Okay, and then we have kept our middleware clean, because again on next class we will learn like how to utilize the middleware, for example in our authorization and authentications, right? So for different modules, we have generally we will create a uh, different route. Why we do that thing? Many people keep it one route, but I prefer to have a different route based on different modules. Why? Because see, your middleware, your logics, before going to your main code may be different. Your validation process, your authentication process, your authorization process, and many other things. Okay, for different modules it may differ. Hence we kept it different for the different uh, route, or sorry, different route for the different modules. Last thing we have done, we have integrated our route with our server, because everything should be integrated with this page. We are just hitting this page, and from this page we are integrating everything. So this is our index controller. Or if you are Java people, then this is similar to our main class. Okay, where first this thing are getting load, and then from there here everything, I mean it passed to everything. Okay, so here what we have done, we have uh, first we have required this thing. And one important thing, whenever you are making in any page that should be used from some other page, then you have to export it. Module.export. What we are exporting, this router where which is used to read our route urls. So we are exporting that router. And here and in our server page we are including it, and then writing a small, very small uh, middleware which says, hey, whatever thing which I mean, if anybody, any URLs come to you, to your server with the user route, what you do, you simply send it to this router, and rest of the work this router will do. So when we hit this URL, this URL, so since in our router, in our route we have this, so it's sent to this. See, if I change this thing to something else, it will show 404 error. It does not contain anything, right? Because this router we haven't defined. So when it read this word after the base URL, what it will do, it will pass it to the router, and again in our router we check the next portion. Okay, after this what it is. If you don't send a backslash, then through network it add a backslash by default. Okay, so first it will check that, like after this router, whether we have anything in our route or not. If we don't have anything, then by default it will be backslash. So this route match, and then we are getting this response. If we add some more thing, if we add uh, another params like second, and now if you see, after route we have a slash second params. Okay, and now and here it match with this. So when we hit this thing, it goes to this router, and do this functionality. So I think that's it for today. So anybody have any question, any query? We have five. We can have it for 5 minutes. Else we can go.
Well, tomorrow, sir, one more thing.
Yes.
In app.get or app.put, okay, over there, if in the same code structure we want to implement the card functionalities, okay, so
Hmm.
over there how we can actually in the user model, okay, where actually we put.
I will explain that tomorrow, right? That is
Okay,
for tomorrow class.
okay, today only just implement this code structure and see that whether we get the response or not.
Yeah, I would say I have created 4 routes. Okay, use the 4 routes, and then give some uh, post call there, and see from postman you are able to hit those or not. Okay.
Okay,
I mean, what I say, what I wanted to say is, create something in admin route, create some route in admin route, create some route in index route. Okay, create some route in product route, and see, like our user route, whether we are able to get it or not. Okay, whether you can integrate with your server or not. This would be your homework for uh, tomorrow. Understood?
okay.
Yeah. So thank you for today. And Muskan, I will try to see what was your problem, and I will ping here only. Okay. So I think tomorrow evening I will
Yeah,
I
okay,
will
sir.
send you. Thank you. Bye.